I'm Kaylee Quintic. I'm here with Southwestern University. We're doing a project out here in South Texas in Tamaulipan thronscrub, and we're testing soil carbon quantity in the soil to see if restoration efforts have been improving the amount of carbon sequestered into the soil.
My name is Nash Kindle, and we're out here on the Texas-Mexico border. We're out here doing some research into thorn scrub, which is a very biodiverse ecosystem that is mostly found around this southern part of Texas. And we're out here looking to see if restoration methods that have been carried out the past couple decades have shown improvements in the amount of carbon that the soil within this thorn scrub ecosystem is sequestering.
We're here to see if the soil properties, particularly soil carbon, has changed since thorn scrub restoration. With the idea is that if we restore these important ecosystems, that they can have this additional benefit of helping to mitigate climate change by taking CO2 out of the atmosphere as part of plant photosynthesis, and then over time they die and their roots die and that carbon gets incorporated in the soil. So you might notice that the shrubs and trees here are really dense, and that is typical of thorn scrub, and it's really important for the ocelot, which is essentially a kind of a small cat that's native to this area in Texas, but it's endangered mostly because its habitat has been destroyed. And so by restoring thorn scrub, we're able to provide more habitat and hopefully help the ocelot populations recover.
So we're back from the Lower Rio Grande Valley Wildlife Refuge with all of the soils we've collected, and we've already been through the sieving process to get all of the coarse fraction and rock material out of our samples. And then we moved on to measuring the soil moisture just by using an oven to dry out the soils, measuring them before and after that process to see how much moisture they've lost. We've also measured the pH already. The last process and the most lengthy process involves measuring the loss on ignition of the soils, which involves putting our samples into crucibles that then go into a muffler furnace at about 550 degrees Celsius. And all of that organic matter is then burned off so that we're just left with the raw soil material.
After we got back from South Texas, we've been primarily working on processing all the soils and starting the testing. I've been working a lot with the grinding machine in the other room, and we've been drying out soils and then putting them into these little capsules, and then we add in these little metal balls and put them into the grinding machine, shakes them up, and then it gets them into a really fine powder. And then after that, we're going to use a machine to test the soil carbon percentage from all those soils. And then ultimately, we are trying to test and prove that the fallow agricultural lands have less soil carbon present than the restored land from the projects they've been doing there since the 1980s. And we also would like to compare that to the undisturbed thorn scrub habitat to see how much soil carbon we have been putting back into the soil since restoration.